Hey, no, we're not live. Oh, that isn't us. Hold on.
Yes, we are. We're good.
Yes, we're live. Finally, we're live. Hello. Welcome back to SFR after 10 minutes of battling with. I'm going to keep talking because Alex has got one playing. After 10 minutes of battling with YouTube, we are live. We're not going off live. We're back live, everybody. How are you all doing? My name is JB and I'm going to take you through tonight's proceedings. But before we do anything else, let's have a look at the driver's standings. So try not to laugh. Sven taking the championship lead last week here in GP3 from Luke Beck, who had an absolute shocker race back in Baku. He's splitting the Alfa Romeos though, because Billy is up in P3 ahead of Vorgi Trainman in P4. Topics is in P5, though I don't believe he's attending this event, and in P6 is just Mikey. Vesely is in P7, GA is in P8, and Friedrich is in P9. Psychomich is in P10, Dr. Special Energy is in P11, Thefster is in P12, Alsan A is in P13, Heglu, who I don't believe is taking the race start tonight, is in P14, RDB is in P15, Badger is in P16, Blood and Sands is in P17, Linel, after one race in GP3, is in P18, Oima and Sigurd are in P19 and P20. In the Constructors' Championship, though, Alfa Romeo are in P1, ahead of Renault in P2, Toro Rosso is in P3, Ferrari is in P4, Racing Point is in P5, Red Bull is in P6, Mercedes is in P7, Haas is in P8, McLaren is in P9, and Williams is in P10. But Alex, after all of that, we're finally live.
Hey, but you are not alone. You are joined by the person who is comfortable in the third person. Hi, guys. It's Alex Kingdom.
Yes, Mr. Podcast himself has joined us for tonight, and I tell you what, I've really enjoyed the podcast you've done so far.
Well, you were on one of them, so we know you've got the ego of an absolute maniac. So we know you really like that one, and the one with Racing Pod came up 2 days ago, so you haven't seen that one, go check it out. There'll be one coming out this weekend. I can't say who the guest is, and that's totally not because I'm not organised. I know exactly who it's going to be, don't you worry. And can't wait. I'm loving it, and thank you for all the responses on the podcast. It was really good. It's been really good fun, and just thanks to everyone that's watched it. And even if you haven't listened to it all the way through, although I definitely recommend listening to both of them. I think they're really good, and they go into the minds of not just we dive into the mind of JB and Racing Podge, and it's certainly good fun. But this week we're going to dive into the mind of someone else completely different, so it's going to be good fun. But in other news, we're in Spain, which is a track that is coming back for next year's calendar in real life. Your thoughts, JB?
It's quite a bold choice, though, isn't it, to bring Spain back? It's not produced really good racing for the last few years, as Badger's released into the pit lane. But a Racing Point out in front, I think that's Stam, who's reserving. It's not produced the best racing more recently, in more recent times in Formula 1. And we thought it would have been dropped, but it looks like we will be having that famed 22 race calendar in 2020. That's going to be, the 22 race calendar in 2020. That's going to be really interesting. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm not a big fan, but again, I think because it's Spain, I think not having an F1 race in one of the biggest countries in Europe is a big miss. So I'm happy it's there for Spanish fans. And although it's not the best track, it's better to have 22 races than 21. I think with something like a race calendar, the more races the better. I know people say better quality races than the majority, so quality and quantity. But I think for a race calendar,
more races, there's more chance for them to be core quality races.
Yeah, so but Yigmal is the first person going to set
I'm
going
to call him Yigmal. Yigmal? You just call him Mal.
Gilgamesh. No.
Gilgamesh. Where's that from? Oh god, I've heard that before. Where's it from?
I know that the villain in the new Marvel Eternals film is going to be called Gilgamesh, so I guess it's from Marvel Comics.
No, probably yeah.
But he's got with Cincy on a lap, and that's the most important thing. We're going to ask JB not an important question. Rate the helmet out of 10.
Oh, what, on Stam's car?
No, on Gilgamesh's car.
I haven't seen Jurgen's helmet yet. Jurgen's helmet is... Let's have a look at it. It's pretty bog standard by the looks of it, but it's alright. It's not almost like the Williams colours, so I'll give that a 7.
Well, he's going to be the first person to set a lap, so I'm following him through.
No, it's not. It's actually going to be Stanwell will be the first person to set a lap.
Is Stam in front of him? No, he's not.
No, you're right. I do apologise. See, I'm drunk. I am drunk again. How many times do I end up drunk on stream with you? He's outbroke himself! Oh!
Well, Billy, who will be thankful that he hasn't got the dirty air through here. Oh,
no,
Billy!
It's too late! Oh, God! It's already started! No, I don't want to compete to that first. You corrected that first.
So now Stan will be the first person to set a lap. They've helped you correct yourself.
Jürgen won't actually get to set his lap time. He's on the hard compound tyres. He's seesawing the Williams as he comes through the final corner. Crossing the line now. It's a 1:25.5. Where can Stan go? Oh, Lee's out. Stan with a huge amount of lag goes a 1:18.8. Where is the Toro Rosso? I keep rolling my R's too much when I say that word. Oh, I know where it is. It's on the straight. It's on the second DRS straight. He's lost it on the gravel, and he's in the barrier.
Once we've calmed down here, JB wanted to ask me a question about what I got up to last weekend, which will be a new segment every time I go do this thing and or do this thing. So
yeah, I will ask in a moment. Lee saying that that went well on his return to Toro Rosso after one race. He's already in the barrier, so it can only go well for the British driver. As Augie Trainman goes into second,
ahead of his teammate Alsan and Luke Beck and Uga Trainman as well, with a blistering up on those hards.
Dr. Special Energy retiring as well in sector 2. Same point, let's find out.
Nice. Where did Lee now retire?
We'll find out in a second because we're on board with Badger. We're coming through here to see if it is. Yeah, same point on the track. Both the admins crashing out the same point.
It's a conspiracy.
It's all right. I had an accident last night in Gp4 when I was driving.
I don't want to know what happened to you last night and you had an accident in bed.
I hope that tomorrow I don't have another accident because then we're in trouble. No, what did you do last week, Alex? You had a break from SFR. We released you for a week.
I did. I know. Yeah, well, I didn't have a full break. I released a podcast episode.
Yeah, of course. You were. He had on to Sweden, didn't you, to go on do a podcast? Did I see a Ferrari just dart off the track?
Possibly. But no, I went to the cinema last week. I decided, screw Azerbaijan.
No, well, it's because the planes didn't have wheelchair access.
Yeah, man. It's Azerbaijan, not known for their great wheelchair access, but
not great for their good rule changes either.
The Beatles, not biopic as such. It's more of a Beatles love letter.
Film, isn't it? It's almost like
a
homage.
Beatles love letter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, homage. Great word there. Homage to the Beatles, and it's really good. If you like the Beatles, or you like the writer and/or director, so the director was Danny Boyle and the writer was Richard Curtis. So I've seen things like Love Actually.
I do like Danny
Boyle.
Love this film. I do like Danny Boyle.
Have you seen Love Actually?
I have seen Love Actually, not for a few years, but I have seen Love Actually.
Tell me how good a film it is. If you think it's bad, I'm leaving this right now.
It's alright. I do quite enjoy it. I like Liam Neeson's.
You love a rom-com, JB. Come on.
I do love a rom-com. Normally when I'm laying in bed with Jordan. But yeah. I should probably mention who Jordan is. Dr. Special Energy, another admin joke, which Alex had the privilege to seeing earlier.
I genuinely put in the chat single messages. What is happening? Because I was looking at my phone, I was just like, all these notifications are popping. I won't go into what was said because it was very weird. Lee now gave me a bit of a warning that it might happen to me next, so I'm prepping myself.
No, it won't happen to you next. You come and take with you. It's just the drama of seeing a race. Oh, a Renault's out wide! Big accident for Friedrich!
Thank God it's not Luke Beck. It can't be Luke Beck, he's watching Dora the Explorer, so all his powers must be going to that. Friedrich might need to put on Nick Jr. and watch Dora.
That was a proper accident, can I just say that? I had a mug of coffee in my hand and I almost threw it because I just saw a Renault going sideways into the gravel trap. But wow.
Just so you know, Mikey and Holton have a lot to improve on. They have to, if that's their soft times, they probably want to go up by at least a second and a bit to feel comfortable qualifying on those tyres. If not, they want to get outside the top 10 and not improve.
So, last night was the GP4 race here in Spain, and that was a very interesting race. I don't know what much happened in that race, purely for the fact that I was driving in it, and it was really was great fun to drive along those guys.
Why did you finish? I didn't get to watch the video.
I finished in P4.
What did you?
I would have been on the podium if I hadn't have gone into JB'd it into the barrier. Sven, the championship leader, goes second.
Oh no. Watching Blood and Sands right now on the medium tyres. I love how you said into the barrier, so my instant reaction was, oh no. But there you go.
We need a button that just says that for us.
We just need to get Scott on the channel. You can just commentate over here.
Other YouTubers are available.
Like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, and
no,
of course,
no! SFR do not endorse those idiots.
Whoa! Other idiots are available.
Yes, the two of them who sat in the comms box right now.
Oh, we're not that bad.
No, we're pretty
Even
awful,
I can
though.
say that.
We're pretty awful sometimes.
Speak for yourself. But Blood and Sands on the mediums, where can he put himself?
It's a good time.
Seventh.
It's a very good
Solid
time.
time.
On the medium tyres
But
last
he's
night, I
back.
qualified P9.
He's on the mediums now, but he's on his outlap, so I don't know why he's used ERS. That's a bit weird, but...
RDB goes fourth on the hard compounder tyres. RDB, who is having a tough start to the season, is really enjoying that Toro Rosso at this particular moment in the track.
It's one of those fun names to say, isn't it? Luke Beck's made a mistake, he's slowing down.
On board with G8.
Little wiggle.
Renault don't seem to like this track much, do they?
Well, at least their team principal isn't Gunther Steiner, otherwise you'd be calling them a certain word that we cannot repeat on stream.
What, screw irritable? You think screw irritable would
No,
mean to everyone? P3 for G8.
I'm saying thank God that their team boss isn't Gunther, because he'd be saying we look like a bunch of. If you've seen Drive to Survive, you know exactly what I'm saying.
Other racing series are available.
I'd say I love. Gunther Steiner is like my favourite team boss in F1.
Oh yeah, he's so genuine. Sophie said they put a question thing up, and Sophie sent me a screenshot of what she sent to him. She said, "Where are your eyebrows?" She is convinced that he shaves them.
JB, I have a question for you. You might know this. Why was Ferrari and Mercedes not involved with Drive to Survive at all?
Mercedes didn't want to do it if Ferrari were going to do it. As we see a Ferrari actually running out wide through the old chicane there. Yeah, neither of them did it because they didn't want the other one to do it. They didn't want to have a distraction from the season.
So
and then they saw how good it was. Yeah, they're on it this year. But Mercedes signed, as we're looking at the American, the run-up, Mercedes signed one race to record for Netflix, right? Do you want to know what race that was?
What?
Germany.
That's
I'm not
amazing.
kidding. I know, and Hamilton said that he will sue if he sees any footage of him from Germany.
Is he being serious?
Yeah, because he was ill, and he doesn't want to have that side of him shown because he was obviously being a stroppy little bugger.
I just don't like people like that personally.
Well, you should see me sometimes. I had to do makeup this morning. It was awful. The run-up coming up to set his first lap, and he's P4 in the Williams. Look at that. We're getting good at this. It's Bethster. Whoa!
I know, but that shows why I don't like Lewis Hamilton. There you go. That's another reason. Genuinely, obviously this would never happen because I'm not a celebrity. But if someone made a documentary about me, I couldn't care less how I looked.
Damn, going even faster. Sorry.
Why make a documentary about something if you don't want the true colours? It's also going to be just the Valtteri Bottas episode.
No, because I think Mercedes might say, hey, can we film another race instead, which obviously would cost a bit more money for Netflix. But, you know, we'll see. Other streaming services are
I just can't wait. I just can't wait to see Lando Norris.
Nor can I. Have you heard he's injured, though, for this week?
He's not driving.
No, he's driving, but he's injured. He's got an inflamed tendon in his leg, so he's wearing a support boot, and he's fit to race.
I thought you were going to say he's got a carpal tunnel from esports.
No, you get something else at esports. Crossing the line is Fefster. Where's he going to go? He goes P3 on the medium compounder tyres, looking very fun in the Haas. He was complaining earlier that the guys were so quick, and now he's got up to pay with them.
Good job, and here comes Friedrich on the actual lap now.
Whoa! Friedrich showing why he was moved from reserve driver to full driver mid-season.
Good move by Renault, but Luke Beck getting a bit shown up here.
Luke's had a tough couple of races. Clearly the draw of the Explorer isn't helping this time round. Maybe he's not the tank engine.
Maybe he's just not been watching.
Lord Holton coming to the end of his lap now on the soft tyres. What can the first time reserve driver out do in the Red Bull? That car, actually, which car is it? That's Racing Podge's car from last night. That didn't do very well, but the other Red Bull did rather well because I was driving it.
If you do want to see Racing Podge do well, go check out the podcast.
Yeah, I really have enjoyed the segment of that podcast I've watched. I've watched about 15 minutes of it, and I really enjoyed it.
Why'd you turn it off? Is it not good enough for you?
No, because I had to get dinner and I had to come up here.
Watch it, listen to it while you're cooking your dinner.
I was tempted from Mum. Is Alsan in the Mercedes?
But
the number
I want to see Sven in the Alfa Romeo. But no, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to try and sort out who's going to come on this weekend. Every Sunday at 7 is the plan.
Sorry, someone just commented, it's Electro Dan, he is, gold colours as well, jumping in saying, is that Sven Turner? No, it's not. It's just Sven. No, it's that guy Sven, that's who it is. And Electro Dan saying that maybe Luke Beck just wants to go Diego Go. More things that I don't know about, because I'm old.
That's the Dora spin-off. That's Dora's friend. They made a TV show about him as well.
Oh god, I need to go watch the film now, don't I?
No, you don't! Maybe Luke Beck does. That's what he's missing out on.
Luke Beck's going to pay for the whole of SFR to go and watch the film.
Goes second! He beats Olestini on his time there on the mediums. Good job there from Sven.
I just finished with coffee and that was really strong at the end. Wow.
Ugo Train Man.
Train Man on a slow lap as he pulls into pit lane.
Here comes Luke Beck swapped to the soft tyres, and a lot of other drivers have also done the same thing. So how interesting.
It's possible to do that. The soft to the hard tyres does work, but I went for the medium tyres at the start of my race last night, and it didn't go well because I was in the wall by turn 3. Badger doesn't improve on his lap time. Remember, 2 drivers will not be qualifying in this race. Dr. Special Energy and Linnell, who both decided to total their cars to make their mechanics cry before the event. Here's just Mikey.
Oh, you know, and Linnell, who would be wanting to get off to a better start.
Well, he'll be wanting to stay out of the way, wouldn't he? He's going to want to stay out of the way in this one.
If he can get points, that'd be even better, be even sweeter. But just if he can get up the grid, like doing Alexander Albon and China, just get up the grid as much as possible. I mean, I know Albon came in with a point. Even if he doesn't do that, he just manages to get up the grid. It'd be a really good one for him. I'm watching Luke Beck though. He'll want that pole position now. He's on the softer compounded tyre. He's got to improve by a second and a half. Yeah, but he's got to improve by a second and a half on this next lap.
With the last 2 minutes of qualifying coming around the corner, who is going to be on pole position? Is it still going to be the Greek driver, the reserve driver, that is Stam, or is it going to be someone else?
I love how beautiful this game looks in cinematic mode. There he comes, Luke Beck now. You can take us to a lap here, JB. Go on.
Oh, no, I'm on board with Mikey right now. Just about to finish his lap. So we'll do an entire lap with someone in a minute. Once I find out.
I genuinely just got blocked by JB. JB went absolutely not.
I was watching. I want to see where Mikey goes in the medium tyres.
Mikey on the medium tyres goes to
P13. That was underwhelming. So Luke Beck is 2 tenths up on his time. 2 tenths up on his time. As we bring up the dash now to have a look at what he's doing. He is now behind Yugamel. Yugamel? It's Gargamel. That's who it is. It's Gargamel.
It's Gilgamesh.
He's a Smurf hunter. He's struggling on ERS though, is Luke Beck, as he comes through towards the second ERS zone.
I think that's a glitch.
No, look at his main dash as well on the actual thing. He's running out of ERS as he runs to the line now, breaking down into the hairpin to get a little bit of ERS back now, up along through this difficult it's almost like a weird chicane onto the long right-hander. He's got a car ahead of him. He's got to watch out if that car slows up through towards the chicanes. Stam, who's the current pole position, said it might be giving him a nice tow as he comes through. Not really much disturbed there. Coming through the final corner now. What can Luke Beck do? DRS in 50 metres. DRS open. Crossing the line now. It's P3!
He's got a 3-second gap, 3/10 gap to Ollastilly as well. So as long as Ollastilly doesn't, improve, he's all right. RDB retiring.
In sector 2, possibly the same place.
Possibly the same place.
We'll have a look. No, it's not.
We're on it tonight.
Further down. We are.
No, it's not. I saw it. It's as you finish sector 1, go down the hill, and before you go back up the hill to go on that straight, he's lost it there. So does almost Wildbow Billy loses it on the straight where the other 2 people left it.
Qualifying is now over. So this is the lap. If everyone's on there, Sven is not going to get another lap time in. That might put him under pressure. Luke Beck obviously had no ERS. That's possibly going to really damage his lap. DRS opening now on Stam. Can he go even faster at the top of the grid? Can the Greek driver he's reserving? He's closed DRS. He heads into the hairpin for the Racing Point team. What can he do? Can he be racing many points tonight, or will he be racing no points? I'd still have fun with that pun. It's not as good as the Haas ones. I just thought of one which would be good for the later. Vesta into pit lane. Ollie Vestley pitting. Oh, Stam into pit lane. Friedrich to P2. Luke Beck on a slow lap. So Friedrich's in P2. That's RDB. Where's Sykovic going to qualify? He's in P12 right now. Can he improve on that position? He's on the soft tyres, running a new helmet tonight, which looks more like the Jamaican flag every day. Maybe he shed a bit of black on it. It'll be fine. But he goes to pit lane. Holton's finished his lap. Al-Saneh finishing his lap. He goes P10.
That's qualified double in the pits.
Uga Trainman P3. And that's it.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hello.
Hey, I had to go, sorry.
It's alright.
Just to give you an update, guys, and you guys didn't know about this, but essentially I've been without food most of the day, and now family have come back, so I'm getting food.
Food!
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm going on a diet tomorrow, so I'm going to feel awful.
No, why? Don't do it.
I've got to go on a diet.
Diabetes. Get diabetes, don't get diabetes.
No, I've got to. I'm getting too big.
Well, you only weigh about 10
I don't know how much I weigh, but I know for a fact I'm visually getting too big. So, we're qualifying over. Stam takes pole position here. No, stop the gym! I don't want to go to where a load of sweaty men look at, or do I?
Anyway, I've already done the qualifying. It's a crisis. Stam's on pole position with Friedrich in second, Uga Trainman third, Sven fourth. But those 2 are on the medium tyres, crucially. Then Luke Beck qualified on the soft tyres, not the best one for him today because he had to jump all those guys on the mediums using the soft combat tyres. Then we have Oliver Stilly in 6th on mediums, Wano Billy, Fester, Run Up, Al-Saneh, they're on mediums. People behind these guys have fresh tyre choices, and they are GA. Gilgamesh, RDB, Sykovic, Holton, Just Mikey, Blood and Sands, Badger, and then the non-qualifying times for Dr. and Lee now.
We should probably mention that Jürgen's probably going to get really annoyed with us calling him different names.
Well, I can't pronounce it, and it's better to not get it wrong every time and just give a nickname.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully he finds it in good jest. We're not trying to make fun of anyone with their names. We're just incredibly inept, aren't we, Alex?
Well, you have a nickname for me all the time, and you can't even say it on strings.
The best thing is your voice just completely cuts out there, so it makes it seem even worse.
I say it, but you can't even say it on stream.
What's that?
I said you have a nickname for me, but it's so rude.
Yeah, I do. It is pretty bad. Yeah.
It's pretty bad, yeah, guys.
Yeah, Rebel Reject.
He means on weekends he keeps me in a cellar, and he goes, "You will return to Britain. You will." He keeps running his whole lips of Red Bull.
What the fuck is?
He keeps showing me China 2009.
What's going on with this damn connection tonight? Codemaster seems to have broken the game again. As I swear, I do apologise for swearing. So we're heading on to the formation lap now. Something we didn't have last week. Sorry, no, that's next division. And we're being led away. So what are we expecting from this race? This race, as I was telling to a 6-year-old.
I don't know. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you right now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
There we go. We're back. But hello. Good job, PlayStation.
It's not PlayStation. Leave Sony alone. Actually, don't leave Sony alone. They ruined Spider-Man.
Oh my god, we could talk about that now on the phone lap. Screw Sony and Disney. The consumer is paying for corporate suits so they get more money,
Whoa.
and we'd have to struggle with it. Luke Beck, he's so angry at Sony, he takes a scenic route. He's going to America. He's going to Sony Pictures, and he's saying,
Sony's from
bring
Japan.
back Marvel Spider-Man.
Sony's from Japan. I don't know what you're on about.
In America.
I didn't think they're based. I thought their base was in Japan.
No, Sony are based in Japan. Sony Pictures, on the other hand.
Well, what's the point in having Sony Pictures in America then? Have it in Tokyo like everyone else.
It's a movie production place.
Jesus, you got so angry your voice cut out.
I said it's a movie production place.
Off the subject of us trying to kill Spider-Man and everything that happened in the Marvel Universe because Sony and Disney and Thanos.
We didn't kill Spider-Man. Sony killed Spider-Man.
No, it's not just Sony. It's Disney. Disney is stupid.
And
as well.
Disney.
They're all both as bad as one another.
Spider-Man. There you go. That's my Mickey Mouse impression.
Which
may or may not be.
This is going to be good.
Here we go. Right,
this
I'm
is
going to follow
33 laps.
Back.
This is 33 laps, and we've peaked in qualifying. This can only go well.
I'll just comment like Mickey Mouse for the rest of the time. No.
Sven first by T1 says, "Colours to God." Let's find out what happens as we try and talk over the fact that Alex has turned into Mickey Mouse. Get ready for the lights now here as we lose all graphics on the screen. A few things mysteriously changing on net. We have a moving
Good job,
Toro Rosso.
Codemasters.
Okay, so to 5, red lights here in Spain. The lights are on, the lights are out, the drivers are away now. It's a good start, it's a bad start though for Sven. He's dropped behind. Sven with a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. It's a lag start, and now it's 3 wide. Big lag in the lobby because suddenly Stam and Friedrich are inside one another as they head into turn 1. It's fine. Train man to turn 3. Oh, and Stam's taking a long way around. Stam has slid. Friedrich around the outside as they head up towards turn 3. Still around the outside. Is he there? No, Stam's still ahead. They're side by side. There's bashing, there's bumping as they head towards the line. No! What's happening to Sven? He's still ghosted. Whoa, huge lag in the lobby.
Don't know what's going on here, but I'm watching Luke Bet right now. Good start from him. Someone's disconnected. It's Sven. He's given up, it looks like.
Lino trying to get past Mikey, but he has to bail out of it. There's so much lag in the lobby. GA's round! Big collision! Lee involved! Lots of drivers involved! Festa's struggling. There's so much lag. I think we're going to have to call a restart. We might have to call a red flag. This is insanely... There's so much lag.
Red flag it, mate. Just red flag it. That was a horrible start. Even if it sorts stuff out that was unfair on most drivers.
There's so much lag, we can't tell what's going on. We have Sven who is trying to get round. No, I don't understand what's going on.
Mate, they're jumping all over the place.
We can't, we're struggling to continue on. We are trying to see if we can get hold of any admins, see if we can red flag this. But the drivers are carrying on. If they can calm down before lap 5, we'll see what can happen. The drivers coming through now. Stam struggling as we see Sven pitting.
It's not calmed down for me, mate, but I don't know, that's just my connection.
Friedrich running wide. He tries to get a few drivers all struggling right. We're still trying to work out what's happening, whether we decide to red flag this or not. Checking through. There's so much lag.
Is everyone on red bar for you? Yellow flag, Bun Sands is round.
I can't see the red flag. I can't see the bars. Bun Sands getting back on track after damaging his front wing. Sven last place now after a difficult first lap. I think we're continuing on. Luke Beck looking to overtake Train Man. There's so much lag again.
I'd say we have to restart this and get a different host. It's crazy. Oh!
Friedrich round. Friedrich's in trouble. We are struggling to hear Alex. We can only apologise. It seems that today the heat must be affecting the UK's internet. But Friedrich's now in deep trouble with his damaged wing. I can't.
I did unplug my headphones, bro.
Stam going defensive with a 1.8 second gap. And DRS has been enabled now as they come down towards it. Oh, we have lost Alex Lee into pit lane. I did send multiple invites. Alex is talking, in fact, and he hasn't realised that he's left the party, I don't think. Oh, there's huge lag from RDV. I think we've got to start thinking about it. Fester, big lag as we're on board now. We've run it. We have Alex rejoined us.
I tried to see if that worked, but I don't know.
It hasn't really calmed down, to be completely honest. As we keep an eye on everyone, trying to work out what can happen.
Is it just my voice, or is everyone lagging
it's
around?
the game. The game is lagging. Jurger with a time penalty now added to his time. I think we're going to have to continue on. I'm getting a lag off even the British drivers at this point. The heat is definitely affecting the game. It was awful last night to drive.
I think we will have to like call a restart on this because some drivers are getting.
I have put up a post in the admin chat, but there's been no communication right now from the admins. So we are going to wait and see what happens. But I think if it gets to that 5, we cannot restart because we're further into the race than we would need to be. So Augie Train Man is actually the fastest man on track now in P2 as we look at Jurgen.
Gilgamesh.
Oh, RDB's in trouble. RDB has been passed in turn 1. More people saying, well, if there's calls, we go side by side. Wide open Billy trying to go past Vestley, as Vestley is swinging around the outside, and Billy's still going.
It seems to have calmed down a bit.
It doesn't look like it has to me. There's contact between RDB and Fester as they come through, but it's okay. Just a little bit of a tap. And Billy is struggling as he gets tapped a little bit more, and more drivers' feet seem to have calmed down a bit more. Head down to where there's more drivers. It does seem to have calmed down a bit now, which is hopeful. Let's go on board with RDB, who's close to the back of... whoa, he's round! Instead of being close to the back of anyone, he's now seeing his own rear end as he spins round once, goes along the grass, does a bit of lawn mowing, and then comes back on track.
Luke Beck's clearly turned on Dora, who's now in P3.
Oh, they're squeezed. Mikey trying to get past RDB, who seems to be lagging heavily. This might all just be on my screen. We are onto lap 5 now, so we will not have a red flag from now.
It could be such a shame due to lag. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse. Yeah, as Luke Beck's clearly turned on the Dora.
Well, I think Sven has as well.
I don't know what Sven uses to, maybe he's
Sven's
just got
still ghosted for me. Sven is still ghosted.
Is it 102 AI? Is it 102 AI again?
I don't, no, it won't be. I can't tell what's happening to Sven, which really sucks because Sven's one of our brilliant drivers that knows how to overtake very well, and yet he goes straight through someone else. So unless it might all be ghosted on his screen as well. Oh, massive lag from Sven. The heat in the UK has been unbearable for everyone, and apparently it's unbearable for even the PlayStation to handle now. Sector 2, we have a yellow flag. Doctor Special Energy is out. Big accident there. Drivers having to avoid the car.
Same place as that it was in qualifying.
It should be a safety car, really, but I don't know if the game will give it.
If it is, that'll be a huge chance for Luke Beck and that to get off those soft tyres.
Trainman within DRS range now of Stam, still got the yellow flag. No look at the safety car right now.
Poor day for the
virtual safety car has been deployed, so we have the virtual safety car out on track.
That took age.
Yeah.
The stewards were thinking,
hold on, we have an overtake. We have an overtake.
Sven's overtaken. Sven's goes to overtaking.
London Sands with a time penalty. Sven has overtaken. He should let Holton through if that's Sven in control. But there's contact between Holton and Jargebel. More issues as that seemed to be a very, very steady move there. DRS has been able to go back to racing here and back at full speed. Stan's made a mistake on the restart.
Side by side, Vestilli and Billy. That was a nice rhyme. They were side by side though, and race continues, I guess. But Billy's missing an end plate. Don't know how much that will affect his racing.
Drivers all charging down towards the hairpin now, on board with Friedrich as he gets closer and closer to Alson A, who's in closer and closer to one of our many super Swedes in SFR, who's on the back of Fester.
What I'm saying is, I think the reason that Ugo Trainman's going to close in so much is because the soft tyres, lap by lap, are getting worse and worse.
Most definitely, these soft tyres are not the best strategy to be on at the start of the race. But now Asane is on the back of Friedrich, on the back of Fester as Friedrich pits.
He's on the softs. Is that him just saying, I want to get these tyres off? Is this a strategy cool? 26 laps on hards, is it doable? Or is he's committing to a two-stop, mate?
Apparently, according to Clarky Boy, we have people say words that the British servers are actually working slower, according to Codemasters. Thanks, Codemasters. I know where you live. I actually do as well.
Birmingham.
I actually do. I've been to the factory. There's contact between Billy and the run-up. I think there's disconnection issues.
I don't know what's going on here, but Ugo Trainman, a bit of a Stam's an issue, but look how close he is now. Stam's in trouble here, mate.
It's the tyres. DRS open on Trainman as he gets to the back of the racing point. No point going for a dive bomb there as Badger on the back of Sven. Or rather, is he going to go through Sven? Who knows? Is that actually Sven driving? Because that might be interesting.
No, it's not.
Oh, well, it's not saying AI, that's the thing. And he got a jump start, so you would have thought he would have pitted by now. Well, he did pit on lap 1, so I don't know. Stamdo into pit lane. Our new race leader is the Swedish driver, that is Ugo Trainman.
Backs in. Are they going to go for the one-stop mode? I mean, Friedrich didn't. Friedrich thought a two-stop it. I'm going to find out though there between the two pit stops here. Lubeck's two-stopping.
Billy with
Sam
DRS.
is one-stopping.
Looking to the back of the run-up, the American driver, as Sven sets the fastest lap of the race.
He sets the fastest man.
The fastest man of the race, yeah.
JB. Fastest man of the race. The run-up is in trouble from Billy.
You want AI level being too high, watch Gp4. But Billy getting closer and closer. Remember, he is third in the championship. He's very much in this championship battle right now as he's on the back of the run-up.
Not been very good for Sven's title contention. He's in the lead, isn't he? And he's ghosted, so we don't even know if it's him driving or not.
Sven's not in the lead. Sven's in ninth.
Who is in the lead?
Ugo Trainman's in the lead, his brother.
My bad. But also Nays in the DRS of Fefster.
Whoa, hold on, we have a look at a move, no. RDB on the back, though, of Psychomech, potentially going to be happening. Luke Beck actually looking to make a move on Stam. Stam has just pitted. Luke Beck dominantly looking with DRS to pass the Greek, but so much lag that we can't tell what he is seeing.
Well, yeah, he's seeing what we're seeing now. Stam has had red bar for me the entire race, so Stam's Wi-Fi isn't that great. And Luke Beck, go for the overtake on the straight if it's something like that. Never, in the league race, never risk a corner overtake on a lagging car. But here comes Alsone on Fefster.
If you want me to go into the logistics of how a thunderstorm happens, it's the particles getting too hot and they're vibrating and crashing. That's why a thunderstorm happens when it's hot. It really is like year 10 science. It's terrible. Wide load Billy now looking to the inside of the run-up, decides not to, but I could do with a nice thunderstorm now because way too hot right now. Billy tries his hand at the American doing the American? Jeez, I can't speak anymore.
The American.
I just had a stroke midway through. Strokes in the joke. No. I'm way too hot to be. Oh, he's made a mistake. The run-up has given up a position there. The number 2 car having a bit of an oversteer moment.
He's got the DRS though, see.
And Sven's gliding through someone. Maybe he's the ghost of Sven's past. Maybe this is Sven's future right now. And he's just died midway through the race.
This race was written by Charles Dickens, no?
Sven died during this race and his ghost is just driving for a sector 1 yellow flag and Lee is out!
Oh no. Not the... Is that 2 DNFs for Lee?
No, he just didn't score any points last week. He hates this track. He detests this track. He has that possession.
Oh, he's done it at turn. Yeah, he's done it at turn, whatever you call it.
Yeah, I understood that. He's very lucky.
Here comes the run-up. In the 6 2, they're going to go for the outside, but that will turn to the inside, so if he can hold it, he can't. If he was able to hold it, though, it would have turned for the inside. Brave people are going to the outside again. But Billy holds fault there. Luke Beck is a lot closer now to Stam, but Stam's going to try and overtake Holton.
Centre 1 yellow flag, this Holton! No, it's not. Centre 1 and 2 yellow flags. There's a car in the wall, it's a
Psycho!
It's Psychomech. And there's Luke Beck trying to find a way past Holton, who's trying to find his way past Stam. Holton is out wide. Luke Beck is passing him. Where is Stam in all of this? Stam's still in front, and Jarkabel is into pits. Yiga?
Gilgamesh, and stick him with Gilgamesh.
The Norwegian is into the pits, that's what we'll go with.
But
this has been a very difficult race to commentate over the first.
Is it Obastelli? Am I saying that right? Am I saying it wrong? Vesely. Yeah. Vesely. I thought he was wearing the Lewis Hamilton helmet there for a second.
Whoa! To the outside comes Luke Beck on Stam. Stam went very aggressive on the defence. Luke trying his hardest.
Side by side they go.
Luke Beck. He's touched him. Oh, that's Formula E. That is. You've annoyed me. I'm going to hit you.
I think, why is Stam defending this? He's on the hard compound tyres. Luke Beck's on mediums. You could just let him go.
He's almost round! Stam's really struggling this time round, and Luke Beck's going to actually destroy him on traction because Stam was too eager on the throttle. And now it's a drag race down to turn 1, and Stam's still quicker in a straight line. He's got the toe off Badger, and now Luke's going to try and find a way past him. And Stam tries to make a move on Badger. It doesn't work.
RuPaul would have been part of that drag race, that's for sure. And
that's fantastic.
That was the best I got.
That's the best you've ever done, and that is an award right there.
I love RuPaul's Drag Race.
So do I. It's fantastic.
It's trash television, but
it really is good. Awful. Badger clipping Stam a little bit, and Luke Beck looking to take advantage on that clip. He's to the inside. You can't make this move work. He's not overtaking his own, and Luke's flirting with those track limits very aggressively.
You can tell Luke Beck's a bit annoyed. He wants to just get past.
He can hold the speed in different places, and Stam is just like a rocket ship on a straight.
Stam is doing a good job splitting the car right where he needs to defend from Luke. Oh, Stam's disconnected briefly.
So much.
It's just come from Stam now. It's just come from Stam now.
To the inside, Luke can't see anything. I think Luke's struggling to know what he's seeing right now. As they both overtake Badger, there's contact! And Stam with a penalty, Badger having to bail out of it. And he's round! And he's into Friedrich!
Badger there. Here comes Luke back. He wants to get this job done now. No DRS for Stam. But Stam's still quicker in the straight line.
They're side by side. He's on the brakes. Who's braver? It's Luke. Barely. He's had to cut the corner. And he's... Oh!
I don't know about that. I would say Stam ran out of room.
I think that's all fair in racing there.
That's fine. I don't know, I'd say that Stam was very tight there. Didn't really give much room.
No, I think Luke, the thing is, Luke took the AstroTurf. He turned in early to try and get there before Stam. I think that's the difficulty. They both braked at the same point. Stam was further ahead anyway.
Luke is so much faster in this part of the track.
Luke doesn't like being held up. He really doesn't. He's yelling on the radio in somewhat British, somewhat French, somewhat British French. DRS open on Luke's car.
Is he British French? Oh no, Renault's French. I was not saying.
Yeah, well, I'm talking British French is the term for swearing, isn't it? The lag is. Can you imagine as a driver seeing this lag? He is going to get so annoyed because it's at the same point.
I would be angry, and based on obviously I don't know if this is a rule or not, but as a driver, I put this to stewards just like can't drive without lag. That's just my personal opinion. I think Stam can't be doing that right now. I think that's just unfair to Luke. I think it's held him up so much.
So
Luke doesn't really want to get in the slipstream.
Stam is he's weaving. That's weaving. There's two moves. Does he move one more time? The lag is insane. This is unfair. The lag is getting insane. If an admin can get on the horn to someone and try and sort this out. So it's starting to affect everything now. Sector 3, we have a yellow flag. It's GA. GA's in trouble.
It's just Stam, in my opinion, though. Like, honestly.
I think there might have to be a word. There may have to be a word.
Are you agreeing with this? Is it coming off Luke as well?
I think Stam is getting too bad right now for Stam.
Luke is just so much faster in this part of the circuit. You can tell what setup Stam's gone for.
The route driver, Luke's wide again. The lag's really affecting him to the point that he can't even see what's happening. Billy is through. Treyman into pit lane, and Vasily into pit lane once more. Does the run up follow through as well? But Luke is getting very angry. Sector 1's yellow flags are waving. Who is it? We're on board with the run-up right now. Is it Bun Sands?
Bun Sands.
McLaren in trouble, as they often are. Let's see if White Billy can make a move on Stam.
Bun Sands still struggling?
There's so much lag around Stam right now, but I don't know what's really happening.
I don't have any lag off anyone else, so I'm not trying to get Stam in trouble.
I think I'm getting lag around Stam, that's the thing.
Oh, we've got a pit lane glitch on the North Holland
I've just received a video that really damns this. We should have red flagged it. So I apologise. That was my fault for not calling the red flag out. But yes, there was a horrendous amount of lag in the lobby, and now Billy is trying to overtake Stam, and obviously Stam potentially lagging everywhere for every driver. We don't know what's happening there. Friedrich and Badger battling on. Friedrich round at turn 2, sorry. He's got no damage on his front wing right now, skirting through the gravel. Luckily he's able to get out of that, and there's no beach system in this game. And right now I'm feeling ever so sleep, like I've got a bit of an egg on my face right now after making a mistake on an admin call.
Was that Lee sending that footage in by any chance?
Yep. Fun Sands verified. Second penalty for cutting the corners now, as Billy is on the back of Stam.
My only point is that if we as commentators can see it, sometimes we don't get to see everything. Like, we can see lag, but we don't know if it's just us. Everyone's lagging now. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think we...
I think we call it, mate. Like, I don't know what we do, but this isn't fair. This has not been a fair racing start.
No, it really hasn't been. As we get ready, Lee is saying he'll send it to you. Lee, I just put something in the chat. I think the racing point it's impossible to commentate on this because we cannot tell where he's going.
We've got to make a call. We can't obviously rerun it today, but we've got to make a call.
Well, we can rerun it on a 25% race. That's the thing. We can cut 25% off. Look at it. He's just driven through him. I can't. Yeah. I cannot allow this.
Red flag. I think we have to call the red flag. I know it's not my call, but as a spectator, this is ridiculous. Like, red flag it. Well, Billy there sending his message to He's weaving. Everyone's going all over the red flag.
We are waiting to see what we see. There's contact between the McLaren and someone on our screens. Right now the admins are discussing how do you reserve F1 Storm. You message SFR Linel on PlayStation, or you message the SFR Twitter. It's getting to the point now that drivers are unable to even tell what to do. Button Sands has retired in sector 2.
I think we just go with it.
Right.
Go with it.
I'm going for it. I'm calling it. Apologies for the screen going blue, but I'm going to have to do this, and I don't like doing this. All drivers, this is admin. We are now... Oh, come on. 1 second. We are unable to... right now, so we're unable to get hold of the drivers, but we are going to red flag this race now. So allow me to... Yeah, let me just leave the party, guys, and I will be leaving the party to sort this out. Give me a moment. All drivers, this is race control. We are red flagging the race. Red flag, please retire and leave the session now. Please retire and leave. Red flag has been deployed. Red flag. So we are red flagging right now. Drivers, please do retire now. This is a direct call from admins. We are going to be leaving. I will leave the session in 2 minutes' time. Please, the red flag is now active. Retire now. So we're just trying to get the message over to the drivers saying retire. And there he is, Billy retiring, and we are trying to sort this out. We will have the call has come through from the race director. We will have a 1-shot qualifying, and we will have them go through. Drivers left in session. The virtual safety car is out. Please retire now and leave the session. We are red flagging the event. Red flag out on track. All drivers will leave the session. If you have not left, you will not receive an invite to the second session. Please leave now. So, as we leave now, we will try and get Alex back in. Apologies for all of this in SFR. We are going to talk about. I will talk with Alex in just a moment once I am back in the party. Meanwhile, we'll look at my driver in my Red Bull gear. I'll put my Williams helmet on for everyone to see. There we go. There she is. Love and glory. So, hold on. We will just head back into the party. Apologies for going blue. We are now back in party. Hello, Alex.
Hi, man. Hopefully people have listened.
Yes, I have put it out there. I don't know how much you heard. I've made it very clear. It is a red flag situation. So the drivers have been told to leave, and we will see. We'll get we have been given the code of what the next race will be. So it will be a one-shot qualify with a 25% race. That will be the next session.
Will people at DNF be back in contention?
That will be discussed. That will be discussed in a moment.
I think if they were DNF in the early stages, they should get brought back because that was crazy. It's just mine.
Blunsan saying his R2 button broke, but the red flag is out. If there's space, F1 Storm, you can't jump into this event. You'll have to wait till next week's event at Monaco. But yes, we'll be handling all of that. We're just waiting for this. We're going to cut this stream. We're going to call it the red flag, and we're going to restart a new stream. So, so drivers aren't happy. So we'll see you over in the second stream. Please do continue watching. I do apologise from the show that we have just seen.